Here in the kingdom, who do you have winning that fight?
Woo! Joshua's punches fit pretty. No. Yeah, the move. Whatever hand you hit, you move to that side. Left hook, pound.
You know, there's not a chance that Anthony Joshua is not going to just lose the weight beforehand. He's not going to come in drained. What he's going to do is just do extra cardio, and that's just going to make him more dangerous. He's going to be terrifying, and he's going to have a lot to prove. He's going to be very angry that Jake Paul wants to fight him. Very upset that this YouTuber who's fought Tommy Fury, who's a legit boxer, and, you know, a couple other guys that were legit boxers. That's it. Like, everyone else is fought.
Mike Tyson's reaction shows he really respects Anthony Joshua. He is impressed by Joshua's power, skill, and speed. Saying amazing shows he believes Joshua has world-class potential, and training with Mike Tyson makes him even stronger and ready for anything.
Not to fight, but just to help each other. That would be awesome. He has so much potential. He should not be.
Moses Itauma says Jake Paul is facing a huge challenge against Anthony Joshua. Jake Paul may be decent, but he cannot match the skill, power, and experience of an Olympic gold medalist and two-time world champion. Anthony Joshua is far superior, and this fight clearly shows Jake Paul is out of his depth.
I don't think anybody's expecting anything from Jake Paul. Like, he's fighting an Olympic gold medalist, two-time heavyweight champion of the world. This YouTuber, like, do you know what? You got to take your hat off to Jake Paul. He's done amazing. He's done very well. And even me, I don't think he's a bad boxer. You know, I actually think he's a decent boxer, but you're not on the caliber of obviously Anthony Joshua. But
Michael Bisping makes it clear Jake Paul has no chance against Anthony Joshua. Joshua's dominance over heavy hitters like Francis Ngannou proves his skill and power. This fight is not even close, because Joshua controls distance, timing, and strength perfectly, while Jake Paul has never faced anyone of this level. Fans are already predicting a quick and decisive victory for Anthony Joshua, as Jake Paul is completely outclassed before even stepping into the ring.
The reality is, he's not going to lose. There is no way on this earth that Jake Paul can beat Anthony Joshua in a boxing match. Look at what he did to Francis Ngannou.
Mike Tyson praises Anthony Joshua's focus and discipline, showing that even a legend respects his mentality. Joshua trains hard, learns from every loss, and never quits. This mentality makes him dangerous because he is ready for anything Jake Paul tries. Fans can see Joshua's confidence and mental strength growing every day, making Jake Paul's challenge seem even more impossible.
That he has a lot of talent, and not to get discouraged. He only loses when he quits. When you quit, all the doors of opportunities close. You know what I mean? You have to be game, and then don't get discouraged if you lose. Listen, you just lost. You may have got $30 million. You should give Usyk a kiss and say, "Can we do this again?" Don't let this internalize you. Oh, I can't fight now. This white boy kicked my ass. People.
Tyson Fury's comments hint at Anthony Joshua's unstoppable energy. Joshua is not slowing down, and his sharpness in the ring is frightening for any opponent. Jake Paul has never faced someone with this speed and power. Every move Joshua makes shows he is a complete fighter ready to dominate, leaving fans confident this fight will be one-sided.
Shockingly terrible. Yeah, shockingly, yeah. Down. Very much down. Can't shake it. Can't shake it.
Joe Rogan highlights how unrealistic Jake Paul's challenge is. Anthony Joshua is a massive knockout artist with Olympic gold and world titles. Jake Paul's previous fights were easy, like sparring, and now he faces a man built for real destruction. Fans see Joshua's size, skill, and power as an impossible hurdle for any YouTuber stepping into the ring.
What do you think about Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua?
Realistically, it's one of the craziest propositions of all time. You take a guy who just had a boxing match that looks like a sparring match with a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, and then you're gonna fight one of the absolute scariest knockout artists. That right hand, if it hits you, you're fucked. But what better way to show the world you're legit? Go get knocked out by Olympic gold medalist, former world heavyweight champion, 6'6", 250 pounds.
Even Jake Paul's own brother Logan Paul doesn't believe in him. He sees Anthony Joshua as a perfect gladiator at 6 feet 6 inches, strong, fast, and built to dominate. Fans can already tell this fight is a nightmare for Jake Paul because Joshua's skill, size, and power make him almost unbeatable in the ring. The confidence Joshua carries shows he will control every moment, while Jake Paul struggles just to survive.
Anthony Joshua's 6'6".
Okay.
My brother's 6 foot. This is a guy who is already perfect. Like, if you could sculpt like a perfect gladiator human being, it's Anthony Joshua.
Alexander Usyk clearly criticizes Jake Paul for taking this fight. Anthony Joshua's experience and skill as an Olympic champion and professional make him a real threat. Jake Paul has no professional background to match Joshua's speed and technique. Fans can see this fight is a mismatch because Anthony Joshua has proven himself in serious fights, while Jake Paul is still learning. The difference in professionalism and skill is massive, and it shows why Joshua will control the fight from start to finish with ease.
Last fight, it's great because Anthony is Olympic champion, Francis Ngannou, it's second fight for boxing. Listen.
Eddie Hearn warns that Jake Paul has no chance against Anthony Joshua. Joshua's strength, technique, and fight IQ are far beyond anything Jake Paul has faced. Fans already expect Joshua to dominate and smash Jake Paul in this fight. There is no room for surprises because Joshua has prepared perfectly and Jake Paul lacks the skill and experience to survive against a world-class heavyweight. This fight is clearly one-sided and the outcome is almost certain in favor of Anthony Joshua.
I think he's got absolutely no chance. I think he's going to get smashed to pieces.
Spencer Oliver expects Anthony Joshua to be aggressive because he is proud and focused. Joshua will not let Jake Paul embarrass him and will attack hard from the start. Fans can see Jake Paul has no chance against this level of determination and skill. Joshua's focus and desire to dominate will make this fight fast and brutal for Jake Paul. Every move Joshua makes will be calculated and powerful, leaving no room for the YouTuber to survive against one of the best heavyweights in the world.
Very close to the win picking Anthony Joshua because I know Joshua and I know him well, and he's a proud guy and he will not want to lose any respect from this, and he knows that he's got to get this job done. So expect to see an aggressive Anthony Joshua, which is only bad for Jake Paul.
Duke McKenzie points out how Anthony Joshua treats Jake Paul seriously because he knows the danger. Joshua is a trained world-class athlete, while Jake Paul is an amateur in comparison. Fans can already see the huge skill gap and why this fight favors Joshua completely. The way Joshua moves and defends makes it almost impossible for Jake Paul to land clean punches. This is a real heavyweight test, and Jake Paul's lack of experience will be exposed against a disciplined and powerful fighter like Anthony Joshua.
I don't think Anthony Joshua would take Jake Paul lightly any way, shape or form, and it'd be so easy to hit. You're talking about a trained athlete against...
Anthony Joshua is focused on dominating Jake Paul and doing a complete job in the ring. He is not rushing, but wants to assert total control and hurt his opponent with precision. Fans can see Joshua's confidence and determination make Jake Paul's challenge extremely dangerous. This mindset shows Joshua's power and professionalism, while Jake Paul remains outclassed and unprepared for such intensity. The fight will be brutal and controlled entirely by Joshua from start to finish.
If I'm going to be honest, I'm going to break his face, I'm going to break his body up, I'm going to stomp all over him. That's my mentality, right? That's a fighter's mentality, and I know what's in my heart. I know what's in my mind, and I'm here to compete.
Devin Haney makes it clear that Jake Paul has taken on far more than he can handle. Anthony Joshua is a solidified champion, one of the best fighters in the world, with experience, power, and speed that Jake Paul cannot match. Fans can see the risk immediately as Joshua moves with precision and strength. Jake Paul stepping into the ring against a true professional of this caliber is reckless. Every punch, every move Joshua makes will test Jake's ability and his mindset. This fight is shaping up to expose the limits of Jake Paul's so-called boxing career.
I was surprised that Jake took the fight rather than Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is fought the best fighters in the world. He's a solidified champion. But I'm surprised that Jake took the fight and is fighting a guy that's so dangerous like Anthony Joshua. So I got to take my hat off to him. Because we were saying that he's fighting this person past their prime, this person's old and this and whatnot, and now he's fighting.
Ben Davison highlights the danger Jake Paul is putting himself into. Anthony Joshua is not just a strong fighter. He is a world-class athlete with devastating power and skill. Jake Paul may have confidence from his YouTube fights, but stepping against Joshua is an entirely different level. This is a fight where Jake's health is truly at risk, because Joshua's strength, speed, and experience are designed to break even the toughest opponents. Fans should watch closely, as every second in the ring could be a learning experience for Jake Paul, showing him what real boxing at the top level really means.
Does Jake Paul have a...
Dangerous in the sense of for the health of Jake, would you say? Yeah.
Yeah, this is a sport that we love, and I think we need to protect that. And he's one of the most dangerous guys in the world to go step in a ring with. Like, you saw that with Ngannou, who was a seasoned, one of the most durable men on the planet in one of the toughest sports in combat sports in the...
Spencer Oliver's words send a stark warning to Jake Paul. Anthony Joshua dismantled Francis Ngannou in a matter of rounds, proving his dominance over fighters from different disciplines. Jake Paul's previous opponents and limited boxing experience pale in comparison to Joshua's skill. The fight will expose the huge gap between a YouTuber stepping into the ring and a real champion who has faced elite athletes. Fans can expect Joshua to control every moment, exploit weaknesses, and show why he is one of the most dangerous heavyweights in the world. Jake Paul's courage cannot match Joshua's precision and power.
God help Jake Paul, that's all I can say. We saw that what Anthony Joshua had done to Francis Ngannou. He went out there and iced him in a couple of rounds. A guy coming from a different discipline. Well, this kid's coming from another level. White-collar boxing in 2018, gone through the mill, and the only boxer really that he's actually boxed, a legitimate boxer he got beat by, and that was in Tommy Fury.
Carl Frampton makes it clear that Anthony Joshua is far beyond Jake Paul's level. If this fight were real, Joshua could end it in a single round with his power, speed, and technique. Even if it somehow extends, Joshua's relentless skill ensures he will dominate. Fans watching understand that Jake Paul's previous YouTube fights or limited boxing experience will not help him survive against a seasoned Olympic champion. This fight will reveal the extreme difference between a real boxer and someone trying to step into the big leagues without the proper background or preparation.
Why do you think it doesn't harm AJ?
I don't think it does harm.
Why?
I just think he goes and if it's a real fight, he'd go and blow him away in a round. That's the end.
What if he doesn't do him in a round? Is that?
He will.
Duke McKenzie explains why this fight is so dangerous for Jake Paul. Anthony Joshua is a trained athlete over 18 stone with proven experience against top fighters. Jake Paul, with no heavyweight wins and minimal real boxing exposure, faces enormous risk. Fans can see that stepping in against a champion is not just brave, but foolish. Joshua's size, skill, and power create an overwhelming advantage, making it clear that Jake Paul has not earned the right to this challenge. The gap between a true champion and a social media star trying to box is enormous and will be brutally exposed in the ring.
Right, I don't believe to fight Anthony Joshua. It's not like he's beaten, 4 or 5, top line heavyweights, other heavyweights. I don't believe he's boxed any heavyweights.
Derek Chisora predicts a short night for Jake Paul because Anthony Joshua's ability to dominate is undeniable. Joshua has already shown he can finish top-level opponents quickly and efficiently. Fans know that Jake Paul is entering uncharted territory, facing a true heavyweight champion. Every round Jake survives is a test of his courage. But Joshua's history and power indicate that this will be over fast. The ring will expose every weakness, showing that social media fame does not equal boxing skill. Joshua will likely replicate his performance against Francis Ngannou, leaving no doubt about who is the real champion.
So I told Anthony, I already messaged Anthony as I listen. I tell you what, I said to AJ, if this goes past 5 rounds, everybody's gonna be having a go at you because you can't go past 5 rounds with this kid. He has to go past 1 round or 2 rounds. Past beyond 4 or 5 rounds, people are gonna be doubting you as a fighter himself. So he has to smoke him out like what he did Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia in 1 round.
The stage is set and the stakes could not be higher as Anthony Joshua prepares to face Jake Paul. Joshua's power, skill, and Olympic pedigree make him a nightmare for any opponent, and Jake Paul's limited experience will be tested like never before. Every punch Joshua throws, you'll remind the world why he is a true champion, while exposing the gaps in Jake Paul's career built on social media fights. Fans can expect a demonstration of precision, speed, and devastating strength that few have ever faced. Mentally and physically, Joshua is far ahead, and Jake Paul will have to survive the onslaught rather than impose any real threat. This fight is not just about winning, but proving who belongs at the top of heavyweight boxing. Get ready for an explosive showdown. Witness history, and join the conversation by commenting below on who you think will dominate the ring and why.